What's up, guys? It's your boy Just Fit Fletch back with another video. You know what it is? Friday. Is it Friday? Is it Friday? Saturday? Saturday night vibes? All right, Saturday night vibes. So let's get into it. I'm watching some uh, fitness stuff. The Olympia is happening this weekend. It's like the Super Bowl of the fitness community for physique, like a bodybuilding. It's a bodybuilding Super Bowl, all right? So bodybuilding Super Bowl. CrossFit Games are the fitness Super Bowl. The Olympia is like the bodybuilding Super Bowl. So like Chris Bumstead, I follow him on YouTube and Instagram. He won his class. Freaking Brandon Henderson, men's physique. He won his class. I follow him also. Uh, let's see who else. Yeah, there was a Big Ramy won his class for bodybuilding total. So, people that I follow on social media are winning it, getting it in. And just and a lot of people like bodybuilding, like whatever. It takes a lot of, no matter what you think of it, it still takes a lot of discipline and sacrifice. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna get real close. To get where you are in that community, um, to get on the Olympic stage. So you got to qualify for the Olympia. Not just anybody can just go to the Olympia and win. And try and win the Olympia. You got to qualify for that. To qualify to even go to be in the Olympia, and then you know you're getting the best. You're getting the best of the best. The best of the best to you going against all over the world, really, trying to be in the Olympia, right? Um, then you got, I'm watching also Alabama versus Texas A&M. Uh, it's getting serious. It's getting serious. So Texas A&M is 38-38 right now. Alabama's number one. Texas A&M is unranked. And they 38-38, and we got like less than 2 minutes to go in this game. It's getting swoosh. Texas A&M wins this. That's crazy. That's gonna be crazy. Um, but that that kind of brings me to this point of like you know things that are happening in the world. So you seen the title of this live right quick. Dave Chappelle, he just put out a new Netflix special. And Dave Chappelle, comedian, um, actor a little bit, family man, funny man, fucking comedian, the GOAT of this. Let me tell you, he's been controversial since the day he stepped on stage. All right, since the day he done anything, he's been controversial, and he's super controversial. But like, here's what when it comes to controversy, a lot of people stay away from the subject of you know homosexuality and transgender because every time that's mentioned, um, people get the transgender community or the homosexual, the that community, lashes out and says you're homophobic or um, you don't like us or there's a hate you don't there's a you're inspiring hatred toward us, and we're in danger and things like that. Um, that is true to a point. That is true to a point. What I'm, what I want people to do, because it's like a lot of people saying, "Holy, Texas A&M we just won. Texas A&M just won, 41-38. They beat the number one ranked Alabama. They're unranked. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. Um, Holy crap. Um, so you know what I'm saying, anything's possible. Which I'm gonna get into later in this live. Uh, so Dave Chappelle, he mentioned a lot. I think the backlash with Dave Chappelle is most people that are backlashing against that haven't watched the didn't watch the special. You didn't watch it. I don't think you watched the special because he talked about it. He talked about how sensitive people were every time somebody talks about transgender. He talked about all a lot of these things. He talked about letting a transgender woman do an opening act for him on stage, and she freaking blew it, blew the act. Then she came and sat front stage and did what she did, and laughed like nothing happened. And then like months later, he talks about that she just walked to the roof of a building and jumped off, and killed herself. Um, and over the course of him letting her do the opening act for him, for a show, and her taking her own life, they became really great friends. And he understood her, understood um, her more, what she was going through that friendship. So there was no hate or no homophobic or no transphobic views from Dave Chappelle. I mean, he learned who this person was and what she was going through. And part of the show is like he mentions like she's not um, she's not a man, she's not a woman, she's a human being going through a human experience. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand or a lot of people don't get. I'm not for, for or against what you want to believe in. I don't really care. You can be homosexual, straight, transgender. It don't really matter to me. Human beings are human being. We all should be respected for who we are, um, and we all have a point of view. All right, you may not agree with what people do with their lives, but you should not like disrespect a person um, based on their based on who they are, because you don't know them. They're going through something. They're going through a human experience, and the same thing like people that are go through like depression, PTSD, things like that. You tell them, hey man, just get over it, and you don't really understand it. And that's why people take their lives. That's why transgender people take their lives. That's why homophobic people take their lives. They're like because people don't understand it. People don't listen to them, and they feel like the only way for them to survive is for them to just, because no one cares, is just take their life, because taking their life, it's over. They can, no pain, no more suffering, nobody judging them, so they decide to take the life. And that is clearly not the answer at all, for these people. But the thing is, like, a lot of people are backlashing Dave Chappelle because they did not watch the show. I watched the show from beginning to end, and it sounded like in the front, like he was the first part of the show, like he was just getting on the gays and or homosexuals, transgenders, um, for being soft and sensitive for who they are. But then he, obviously, if you watch the entire show, you got the message. It wasn't him backlashing homosexuals. It wasn't him trying to defend the baby for saying what he said. It wasn't him trying to defend J.K. Rowling for what she said. It was him saying that, hey, we're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all have feelings. We all have thoughts. We all have views. Let us go through them and express them without judgment. If you don't get that, then or you think you're better than somebody, then you are essentially less than anybody. And um, one of the things that, like, because I grew up in a very I grew up in a Christian environment, very Christian environment. In that community, the Christian community, the church is very can be very judgmental to homosexualities, and anybody that doesn't, that may be um, that they think is totally disregarding what the Bible says about how they should live their life. But at the same time, they totally ignoring the fact that, um, Jesus Christ, he didn't he didn't hang around with Christians all the time. Or he barely hanged around with Christians. Matter of fact, they were the most controversial people that he came across during his time on this earth. Um, the most people he hung around with were sinners, were homeless people, were people that were just the worst of the worst, and he talked to them. He showed them a different point of view. He didn't judge them. He just lived his life. He was the example of what a a good person should be, right? Um, and that's where I think we, as human beings, have lost our touch. We're quick to judge a person because they don't line in with our values, um, and we think they're just the worst, or bad, or just not right, or that's just unnatural. But at the same time, just like the Bible, I there's a quote in, like, what Jesus said: "He who has, he without sin cast the first stone." I don't think there's nobody perfect on earth. There's nobody perfect on earth. We all have our falls, our downfalls, and our things that we do badly, or we do wrong. You may curse, you may lie, you may cheat, you may steal. I don't care if you're the pastor of the largest church in America or the world. You still have thoughts that are evil. You still have negative thoughts. It's just being part of a human. You're going through a human experience, right? It comes down to discipline and values and what you really believe in. If you don't believe in something that somebody else is doing, you can just you do you, right? You don't have to throw it back in their face saying that you're wrong, you're evil, stuff like that. It's all just about growth. It's all about learning and respecting people for who they are, um, and letting people live their life, um, how they live their life. And when they die, if there is a heaven or hell, a God or somebody judge them, then that will be handled that at that point. But here on earth, we're all just going through a human experience. And that's what I think Dave Chappelle was trying to get across to uh, his audience, and through that Netflix special. J.K. Rowling said what she said. The baby said what he said. Dave Chappelle said what he said. I'm saying what I say. We're all just going through a human experience. This is our point of view, right? Our point of view. I'm not asking you to believe it or accept it. I'm just asking you to understand it. And if you don't get that or don't understand that, or you just totally just going to you'd be like a horse and put shutters on and not really see what's going on in the world, then that's just sad. Um, it's just a sad point of view. Um, Another thing is, I mean, just uh, walking around. It's almost been doing YouTube almost a year. November next month, November, by November time frame, it'll be a year of me doing YouTube. All right, a year. Have I made any money off of YouTube? No, I've not made any money. I've actually spent more money trying to make these videos. One, I bought this what you're looking at is actually a phone, um, just for YouTube. I got tripods, I got microphones. I've spent money on like trying to advertise. I've done spent so much money on trying to get my YouTube name out there, trying to get the YouTube name out there. I got like stickers and stuff on my car, showing my name, um, and want people to subscribe. When people ask me about it, I tell them, hey, it's a YouTube channel, go check it out. I spent so much more money on that. And that comes down to, look, sometimes, it's part two of it. Sometimes um, you, in order to get what you want, sometimes you gotta just, chase those dreams. And I hate the word saying chasing dreams in a sense, or as in, I'm not really chasing my dreams, I'm just going after it. I'm doing everything I can to make this YouTube thing a reality, a something that I can really just believe in. um, the fitness. I think I can provide, a different aspect to the fitness community. Just a normal guy that loves fitness, loves to work out, and just shows you different aspects of just of working out, just living my life, and how the different parts of it. Yes, I'm in the Navy. Yes, I'm stationed on a ship, but I also do this. This is another part of my life. Fitness, being a fitness YouTuber. Um, and that is, I wouldn't say chasing my dreams, but going after my dreams. I'm not really chasing, I'm literally hunting my dream down. I want to be a fitness YouTuber. So what I do, I go and make videos day in, day out. That is my goal. Um, try and come up with um, different things that you might like, you might see. So I've done supplement videos, I've done workout videos, I've done body weight videos, all kind of things. And that's what you should do with your life. Chase your dreams. So I heard this one thing. A lot of people have tried to count. A lot of people have climbed Mount Everest. Some didn't survive. All right, some didn't survive. But the ones that did, some seen the top of Mount Everest, some made it to the top of Mount Everest and lived to tell about it because they came back down and talked about it. Now, when you go after dreams and goals and things like that, sometimes they don't make it. Sometimes they die out. Sometimes they just don't make it to where you think they should be. And you have to, it's just dead. But some people survive and chase their dreams, and then some people get satisfied with where they are on their dreams. So some people climb Mount Everest, right, and get to a certain point, and that's the highest point they've ever been in, and they're satisfied with that, and then they climb back down and tell people how high they went on Mount Everest, but they never made it to the top. Sometimes you got to make it to a high point in your life. Sometimes you got to make it to a, really, something astronomical in your life, right? And guess what? You got to cash it all in and keep going, right? You've got to pretty much go bankrupt to achieve another level of success that you never seen. In order to do something you never done, you've got to do things you never done. In order to see things you never done, you got to do things you never done in your life. And that's what, those 1% people have done. I think that's why Dave Chappelle is so successful. He went another round with comedy. Yes, he followed the greats like um, he followed the great comedians that like Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, freaking even Eddie Murphy had been controversial at times. He followed some of their blueprints, but he has still stayed in his own lane. Um, another, just you gotta be different. You gotta be different. You gotta not be normal to be successful. That's why it's only 1%. 1%. If everybody was chased after their dreams and did what they wanted, it wouldn't be a 1%. All right, it would be 90%, be 50% or 80%. But some people just aren't dedicated, aren't motivated, aren't driven enough to chase after their goal. To be able to say, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to keep my sanity, my who I am as a person, and sacrifice it just to get to that next step. People are like, Dave Chappelle isn't whatever. He's not a comedian. He's not real. He's fake. He's homophobic. He's transphobic. Whatever you want to call it. This man walked away from $50 million. His comedy, Dave Chappelle show, was doing excellent at the height of its success. And they offered him $50 million to change who he was. And he walked away from it. Could you walk away from $50 million to be somebody else, to be just a little different? We want you to be a little different. We don't want you to, say the things you say or do the things you do. We want you to do the things we want you to do our way. And we'll give you $50 million a year to do it. Could you do that? Probably not. Dave Chappelle did that. If a man's able to walk away from $50 million, he's able to do anything. But man, it's all about who you are as a person, and just being real to yourself, being real to who you are as a human being, going after what you want to go after because you want it, and disregarding what people say. You listen to people's opinions of what you think you should do or how you think you should do things. Guess what? You'll live average your entire life. And you may have a happy life. You may have, a wife, kids, a nice job, everything else. But no one, like what Achilles said, and that's why no one will remember your name. You want to be great? You want to be that 1%? You want to, be remembered for more than who you are? You got to do different. You got to do different. You got to be different. I mean, a lot of people don't like Kanye West for who he is, but that man is different. And he's made a lot of money off of being different. Michael Jackson, different. Man been dead for years, still making money. Elvis Presley, different. Everybody that's made an impact on this earth has been different, not average. Henry Ford, different. Even the evilest motherfuckers, evilest people on earth, they weren't average, they were different. And they made an impact on this earth, and it was bad, but you're still talking about them. Let people live their life. Let people express how they want. If you're a homosexual, transgender, and somebody doesn't agree with you, say okay and walk away. If you are not, you're a straight person and you totally disagree with homosexuality, transgender, Somebody's transgender, homosexual comes to you and tells their experience, guess what? You listen and you say, okay, and walk away. Because like, it's common saying, what you eat don't make me shit. All right? What they doing is what they're doing. Does it impact you physically, mentally, socially? You let them do what they do. Unless they're doing something to negatively impact your life personally, then you ain't got nothing to say to that person. That person is a grown man or woman living their life. You're a grown man or woman living your life. The only problem that comes with people's, rights and responsibilities is when it impacts other people's lives. All right? When it impacts other people's lives, that's when you have a problem with it. That's when you might have an issue with it. If a person is gay, it doesn't impact your life. That's who they are. If a person is straight, it shouldn't impact your life. Because that's who they are. I I just wish we would. The point is that we need to respect each other's space. Um, and I think that's what Dave Chappelle was trying to say. Now, you can hate on him all day, but guess what? Dave Chappelle is already rich. You telling him you want to ban him off of Netflix, you want to take down his special. The man already got paid. Here you are sitting in your freaking, I don't know, uh, one bedroom apartment on your couch making $750, talking about you want to make, get out of here. Get out of here. If you feel some type of way about people, then you should try and make a difference in your community. That's how you make a change. Trying to take down a multi-millionaire, it is what it is. Let people live their life. Understand their opinions. You don't have to like it, but understand it. I get it. All right, cool. And just move on. I think that's all I got. I think that's it. If you did, hey, if you like this, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I know a lot of people gonna have their opinion on what I said, or have their view on what I said. It is what it is. Guess what? What you eat don't make me shit. It's your boy Just Fit Fletch. You gotta respect people, because people, the pen is mightier than the sword. The tongue is sharper than the sword also. All right? The words that come out of your mouth affect other people's lives, and people kill themselves every day because of what somebody said of them, and it negatively affected their life, their mental health, their psyche, and now there's a person not on this earth because you said something negative about them. And you can take that however you want to take it, but you need to watch how you react and respond around people. We're all just humans having a human experience. It's your boy Joseph Fletch. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are once again my opinions, my thoughts, my human experience. I'm out. Peace.